Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another day tripping with Ken. This is our Utah trip. We left Cedar City early this morning. It is Monday, and on our way up to Salt Lake City area and Ogden, we have stopped at Santaquin, Utah, which is, I think, maybe about, about 50 miles outside of Salt Lake City, maybe not quite that far. We're at Rowley's Red Barn, and I heard about this watching the YouTube channel Toy Mound Television. They had stopped here on their way from Utah down to St. George, and looked like a really cool place to stop, sort of a kind of a fruit stand, and they've got all kinds of snacks in there. They got apple orchards near here and a cider mill. So let's go in and check it out. It looks pretty nice. And as the name implies, it is a red barn. And if you look across the way here, across the street, you can see all the orchards over there. And what I saw with Toy Man Television, apparently they are building a little railroad over here out in their field. So you can see that off in the distance. It's not open yet, but it looks like they're going to make some sort of an attraction here. It somewhat reminds me of in Southern California, Tom's Farm, which is around the Corona area. They have something like that. They have a train, and they've put up other attractions as well, but it looks like they're going to be putting one in. Be interesting to see what that develops, and you can see more orchards, more trees there, and way in the background. So let's go inside. All right, you can look them up online. They're open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. So as we go in here, this is actually kind of reminds me of, I think it's called Hadley's Date Farm outside of Palm Springs. That's what it reminds me of more of as we get inside here. You've got all kinds of treats and popcorn. And as we make our way around here, you can see soaps and hand lotion set up for ice cream and all kinds of treats. Lots and lots of popcorn, that's for sure. Here's more treats here that you can find. This one looks good, the tart cherries. I may get one of those. Gourmet popcorn. I think I'm gonna get that for sure. I think that would be a good gift for Ollie, because Ollie loves popcorn and different flavored salts. I might do that as well. I think that would be perfect. Jams and jellies, syrups of all kind. You can get some aprons here, salsas, and different kinds of salsas here. Oh, that looks good. Hatch green corn tamale salsa. I would get that if we weren't flying home and I had to pack it in our tight suitcases. As we go through here, you can see more things to buy. They have got some, oh, look at this. They've actually got locally raised beef here. So, hey, if you're living in the area, you can come here and get yourself a T-bone steak. I didn't expect that, but that's kind of nice. We did notice they are building a lot of homes in this area of Santaquin. So, probably, I don't really know. I'm not from this area, but probably this is an up-and-coming place to live. It's not too far out of Salt Lake. As I said, I think it's about 50 miles. Maybe it's less than that. I don't know for sure. And all kinds of honey. After all, Utah is the honey state. I would take honey home, but that would be a little hard to do, especially potato chips. Of course, apple peelers. We actually have one of those at home. They work well. They really do. They're an old-time design, but I gotta tell you, they work very, very well. Now, we're in a cooler in here, so you can hear the fans. So it's quite chilly in here, but all kinds of sodas to get, all kinds of variety. Dad's I've heard of, Oso, Moxie, of course, is a pretty famous brand. Cheeses to buy, and all kinds of produce, breads. Just really, if you live in this area, this would be a nice place to stop into to get, get some of your grocery needs, some produce, of course, apple cider. And, if we could do it, we would buy some apple cider and take it with us. And over here, cheese curds. I just love cheese curds. I don't understand why in, our area of Orange County, you don't see cheese curds anywhere, because everywhere else we've gone to, they seem to be quite popular. So there you have it. There's Rowley's Red Barn, and a little stove there. Some cutting boards that you can get. I'll just give you a little overview. Yeah, so we're gonna just get something quick, little snack here, and then we will be on our way. Well, good evening, folks. We made it to downtown Ogden. We're on historic 25th Street. We actually staying in Layton, which is a few miles south of here. That's where our hotel is. And we got in there in the early afternoon. So we spent the afternoon looking at some homes in the area called Santaquin, which is just west of there, not far, just like maybe 3 miles or so. One of the people that work at the hotel said they had some model homes there, which we just were curious and checked out. They were really nice, and a little bit out of our price range, but compared to Southern California, you got a lot more for your money. So let's take a little bit of a look around here on historic 25th Street. I do like all the historic buildings down this street. We're going to make our way down to the end of the street here, and there is historic Union Station, which is still a train stop, but it is turned into a museum, kind of a train museum as well. I don't think it's open right now, but maybe we'll check that out another time. But they have a lot of train events there, which I would be interested in. Here's another horse. I like that. That makes sense. A Mustang pony. There you go. And there is the Mustang right there. Okay, we made it down to historic Union Station, and more horses out front.
The horses are for celebrating the city's Western heritage and Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo.
Oh, okay. As I said, they do have events here. I'm sure it's closed Monday evening. They do have commuter trains that come up here from Salt Lake. I forget the name of the line, but it's basically like a light rail line, I think, that comes up here. And so if you live in the area, you can take that back and forth, or if you work down in Salt Lake, I'm sure you've got people who take that train in. But let me go up to, I doubt the doors are open, but I'm going to look. I do see some trains off to my left, so I don't think we can go in there, but I'm going to at least go down and take a look. As I was saying, I know they do different kind of events here, model train events and things like that. Yeah, it is closed, so can't go in, maybe another time. So you can see here a lot of historic trains. As I said earlier, this was a big area for Union Pacific. Also, Southern Pacific came up here as well. California Zephyr, I can see off in the distance. I can see a Western Pacific California Zephyr engine over there. But it is closed for the day. I'll check the hours. I don't know if we'll get a chance to come back here and look around, but yeah, I think I would enjoy walking around here and seeing all this, because I do love to come and see historic train engines. Yeah, you can see over there. Let's see if I can position this a little bit better so you can take a look. There you can see the Union Pacific, also a Rio Grande engine over there, and as I said, Southern Pacific came up here too. So if you look back a little bit further, you can see all these engines here. You can see Union Pacific, and then Rio Grande, and then Southern Pacific, and then beyond there another Union Pacific engine. So yeah, they all came here. This was a major hub for all those railroads to meet. And interesting thing, I found out one time that whenever you see a station that's called Union Station, it does not mean Union Pacific. It just means a collection of different railroad lines would often meet there. And this was certainly the case here. Of course, you know, Promontory Point is not too far from here. So this is where the two railroads came together originally, from the east and from the west, and they met up at Promontory Point, and right outside of here, not too far. That's dedicated to all the people, the builders that worked on the Transcontinental Railroad. And of course, you know, there were a lot of people that came from all over, a lot of different ethnic groups. Obviously, from leaving the West, leaving California, it was a lot of Chinese workers that worked on it. From the East, a lot of Irish workers worked on this. A lot of people lost their lives creating the very first transcontinental railroad here in the United States. It was completed on May 10th, 1869. And this is just part of the monument, the Daughters of Utah Pioneers. And they dedicated the Ogden City Wall that was erected in 1981, and there's a history on them as well. And then Kiwanis Club here. So this stands right out in front of the Union Station. So off to the side of the museum here is a Union Pacific steam engine. I'm not as familiar with steam engines as I am with diesel engines. Usually those I can recognize what they are. This is number 4436. It is looks to be a 0060, which means there are no wheels up in the front. There are 6 driving wheels, 3 on either side, and none in the back. You don't count the tender. And, you know, looking at the tender here, looks like, let's see, well, might have been a later one, so oil burning it looks like to me. That I kind of know. And then you got the Union Pacific caboose here. And then beyond that, underneath the trees here, there is Rio Grande right over here. So kind of nice they have this out front that I can go and up to and take a look at and show you. Pretty nice. So we did find out it is closed Mondays and Tuesdays, so you have to come here Wednesdays and through Sundays, I think. And you can go online and find out all that information. If you go on visitogden.com, there's links there where you can find out that information. All right, so this is looking back up 25th Street, looking east. And it was, you know, it was all right. I think it's in needs for some tender loving care for sure. Maybe a little bit of improvement with, looks like they're doing. You can see there's some new construction over there. Very slow tonight, but I do hear they have a lot of events. So, you know, if you're in the area and there's some events coming on, you might want to check it out. Other than that, I wouldn't say it's a real big point of interest to come down to, but definitely if you're a train fan, come down to Union Station. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick look around 25th Avenue in downtown Ogden and the great Union Pacific station. I hope one day to go back there and really explore that station and see all the trains and the beautiful interior of that. I hear it's really great. So maybe one day. So I think tomorrow our plan is to go out to the Great Salt Lake. They have a visitor center there and take a look around. I saw the Great Salt Lake like when I was a kid many years ago, many years ago, decades ago actually. So it'll be fun to see that again. And then I think we're going to go into downtown Salt Lake City, hang out there. Here they got a real nice shopping area, so we're going to walk around there, and then we'll just see what we find around Salt Lake City and enjoy ourselves there. So again, thank you very much. I always appreciate you tuning in to Day Tripping with Ken. I'm glad that you take the time to watch them. I really do. I appreciate that. And you know, the usual things everyone says: subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff, comment, you know, and if you got any questions about our little trips here, please put them in the comments and we'll answer them just as good as we can. So anyway, thank you very much, and see you in our next video.